Hi, this is Manjula Narayan from Hindustan Times, and I have with me, well, the one and only Usha Uthup. You know?
Hi everybody, namaskar, namaskaram, sat sri akal, salam alaikum.
So, like I said, we'll have a conversation, and I want to start with the Samy Sisters. I mean, nobody's, asked you about, performing with your sisters in the early 70s, right? At nightclubs in Bombay, when there was a scene there. That's what I heard.
Okay, let me talk about the Samy sisters. The original Samy sisters are my two elder sisters, Indira and Uma. Okay, we come from a family of 6, and I'm number 5 in the family. So it was Indira, Uma, Shyam, Babu, Usha, and Maya. Okay, now. When I was in school, I was a little girl in school, my sisters were already singing, Indira and Uma, and that was in the 50s. Oh, so that's a long, long time way back, yeah? 50s, late 50s and 60s. So by the time I came onto the scene, it was 1969. Okay, and I started off solo, completely solo, as a nightclub singer and a live concert singer. But my two elder sisters by then had broken up.
Okay.
I mean, they weren't singing together anymore because each one got married and they went their own ways. Okay, so having said that, they were really if there was the Mangeshkar sisters on one side, it was the Samy sisters on the other side, who were doing Western music. But my two sisters did only Western music, okay? So they did a lot of shows, but mainly for police clubs and non-commercial ventures, shall I say, not commercially. And when they went solo, my sister Uma, unfortunately, she's no more. She's the one who did the amazing song called Bombay Meri Hai.
Oh,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah, she's
love
the
that
one.
song.
Yeah, everybody.
We used to sing it throughout our childhood.
Yeah, who doesn't love that song? It was Uma who did that.
Oh.
And when they went their separate ways, then, for a duo to come back and sing together is a big thing because, the thing about singing harmony and melody and harmony, you have to clip your accent the same way. The words have to go same way. So like if you said, oh, we ain't got a barrel of money, everybody, both have to sing it the same way.
Yes.
Oh, we ain't, the words have to come right. And so they had already gone their own separate ways and they had their own styles of singing. So you see, the thing is that when I started singing, they had already stopped singing.
Okay.
So I was never part of the Samy sisters, except for the fact that we're born of the same appa and amma, okay, the same father and mother. And my father was in the police, and by the time I came on to sing, it was totally a different scene. I started off in a nightclub in Madras, and then I carried on singing in nightclubs and doing live shows. I decided that, okay, let's get them all together. It was a humongous task, getting 4 sisters together. And it was not only was it humongous, it was the most fantastic and exciting experience for me because I had the infrastructure. In Calcutta, I have an audio studio, so I had place to rehearse and I had place to get the musicians and, work out things for all of us. So we went as the Samy sisters. But in fact, the original Samy sisters are only Indira and Uma. We just tagged on.
Okay.
And it was a fantastic show. And after that, somewhere down the line, Uma unfortunately lost her husband. And so she stopped singing totally. She just gave up singing. So the 3 of us, Indira, Usha, and Maya, got together and did a couple more shows.
You're also, in the mind of the general public, you're like, you're so connected to the disco era. You sang so many of those, fantastic songs which had so much energy and which continue to be. At that point, people didn't think they were classics, but now they are,
I always keep telling everybody that, the singer is always, the song is always bigger than the singer. Always. And, you may outlive your time, but the song never does. It's always carried on by other people. And when people, these days, when they grumble and say there are अच्छे lyrics nahi hai, अच्छे गाने nahi ban rahe, ye wo, my first line is always, give it some time. Give it some time. Even someone like R.D. Burman was not appreciated when he was alive. Yeah, give him some time. Today he is one of the most mixed and remixed and remixed, music directors of all time. Every song of his has been remixed, I don't know how many 100 times. But Rambaho, Hari Om Hari, Dam Maro Dam, you think every disco song that I've sung has become a classic, as you said, and I'm glad it came out of you, and not that I had to explain it clinically. But when you say that, it becomes a classic only क्योंकि देखते देखते अभी 40 साल हो गए for Hari Om Hari or for One to Cha 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 is more than that actually. So everything for it to become a classic has to be given time. As I said, the song is always bigger than the singer. So you must, and my advice to all youngsters is to aspire to be the song. When you become the song, then there is a chance that it will survive. But if you don't become the song, and if you don't believe in the song yourself, how are you going to make other people believe it? So you have to believe, and like I say, you have to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how are you going to make it come true? So you've got to have a song, and you've got to believe in the song and yourself and carry it on forward. I mean, I can say a song like, say, Ina Mina Dika. I mean, rubbish, anybody would say. It was in those days, they would say, what rubbish is it? Ina Mina Dika, Dai Damanika. Okay, what? But there is a seriousness when I sing it. Because if I think of any other kind of song, I mean, which is fun, I would say, how hard have I worked for it? For it to become fun, for it to make other people laugh and smile. How long has it taken? And how many shows have I done, and how many times have I sung Kali Teri Gutte Paranda Tera Lalni Aho. It's one of my biggest songs, okay? How did it become so popular? I worked very hard at it. And I don't have a hard luck story to give. I don't cry and say, oh, I struggled so much. I don't, because nobody wants to hear it, Yeah, people come to listen to you because they want to be entertained.
That is true.
Yeah, so who's going to listen to your nonsensical, troubles? Why, for what? I mean, everybody's got troubles. Who doesn't have problems? But when I think about it, I'm a happy person. I come from, very comfortable space in my life. And I would love to say that I'm a compulsive optimist. I'm always looking for, and I look for, and I believe in a better tomorrow or a better next moment, which is why I'm sitting with you now. I mean, why would it happen otherwise? Unless I was able to convince you in some way that I'm nice enough or important enough, or what shall I say, just friend enough to be with you, isn't it? So that's so important. And I'm very, very happy. And I'm glad you asked me that about, basically people write off songs like, say, Hari Om Hari or Rambaho, or Mera Naam Chin Chin Chu. They used to. No, even now, many songs people would say, this is such rubbish. What kind of lyrics are these? But my point is, why is it that people are coming to listen to this song? There's got to be a reason for it, no? Yes. There's something in the line, and it's all in your mind. If you think that it's a bad song because the visual says, she's Kalpana here dancing, or it's a cabaret song, or whatever it is, with less clothes, people think it's bad. But what are girls doing today?
Oh, now it's like...
Yeah, so what are they wearing today? So, but they think that even I am, no, so then... In those days, they thought Helen was horrible, and today we're demifying her, isn't it? Being God. Un dino mein kya naachti thi, kya fantastic hai, this, that, and the other. But in those days, log thukte the. They used to think that it was bad, it was sacrilege to see cabaret done by either Helen or by so many others, Kalpana, Bindu, all these. We're all supposed to be bad, okay? And you were termed bad. But that's not what it's all about. That's not what it's all about.
You spoke yesterday about, singing for the bad girls. I also was wondering about, your voice was very different from what, the sweet and the high-pitched voices of the good girls and, the established singers. So talk about that, and about now strong voices are appreciated, and, there's no stereotyping like, this voice for this person and this heroine will get this voice. all that thing has changed.
What is there to talk about except the living example that I am?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you know, things have changed, and people have started seeing that. You know, people like, say, for example, Rani Mukherjee, Tanuja, Shabana.
Yes.
They all have low voices,
Yes.
and they would all love to have my voice to
Yes.
sing for them. But when it comes to the producer always thought that you needed only a type of singer. Like,
Yes.
say, they were all put in boxes, and that you remained in that box. Okay. But if you really want to think about it, a Mujra song is as bad as or as good as a cabaret song, isn't it? You know, if you said one of my songs, "Tu mujhe jaan se bhi pyara hai." Okay, now it's all in your mind, isn't it? I mean, whether good or bad is in your mind. If you think of a song like, say, for example, Koi yahan nache nache. Now, if you put it with dholak and with, you know, harmonium and all that, and you sit in a mandir and say, you'll say it's Lord Krishna, no? Koi yahan nache nache. Dekho sare gopiyan wahan nache nache. Is that right or is that wrong? We always think of, it could be a Radha Krishna song. So it's in your mind. If you think it's bad, it's bad. So why would you think it's bad? Just think it's good and it'll be good.
You know, you've sung for so many languages. You know, you've sung in South Indian languages, you've sung in Bangla, you've sung, of course, in Hindi. So talk about, you know, the challenges of singing in so many different languages, and how come you've managed it so well?
Actually, I keep saying it to everybody that, you know, if you're born Indian, you're born with an advantage of 17 basic languages. So why not sing in those languages? You know, why restrict yourself to borders? Because music really doesn't have those borders. And but in school, I mean, talking about it clinically, in school, I went to a convent school, and English was the medium of teaching. The second language, I mean, was Hindi. Third language was Marathi. Fourth language was French. And at home, we spoke a little bit of Tamil. Okay, so that makes it 5 languages already that I was familiar with. And then because I was in Bombay, I learned a little bit of Gujarati, and that made it 6. And then, you know, when I moved to Calcutta, then I started singing in Bengali, and I'm married into Kerala, so Malayalam is like, you know, okay for me in any language. So actually, in school, I was good in language. I was I was a very, very good student, basically. I wasn't a bad student, and in those days, if you got 84%, it was something fantastic. But now, yeah, I know everybody's everybody's looking for 92 and 96, but I passed my SSC with 84%, and I say it very proudly because my basic languages were, basic marks that I used to get was for language. And so I realized very early that language was one of my strong points. And so whenever I got a song to sing, or, you know, if I felt I had an audience, which, you know, there was one Assamese person in the audience, if I sang, Tuk Tiki Murga, Keneba lage, bihure oi tolite nasu nasu lage, bihure oi tolite nasu. And they would be so thrilled. You'd find all the Assamese people coming out and doing their bihu. Or if I sang in Konkani and sang, you know, Saiba pul todi veta, da mulia loganako veta. And, you know, I realized that the connect was amazing when you sing in their own languages. So language became a part of my repertoire, all my languages. And I think that is what really is one of my biggest selling points now.
Great. So on that note, we'll end. Though I'd love to keep on talking to you. Thank you so much for, you know, being on the show, and bye.